In other news, Nolan Bushnell is going to have a movie made about him. I don't know if you guys saw this, originally reported on Variety, but Leonardo DiCaprio is set to play Nolan Bushnell.
Such a nice young man. Is that for sure? Like, he signed?
It's like his production company is producing it.
It's not one of those, like, he's rumored to play, and then 6 months later they cast somebody.
No, it's like there's these two writers, Brian Hecker and Craig Sherman, who haven't really done much before this, but I guess Brian Hecker had some film showing at the Tribeca Film Festival that had some heat on it. But they approached Nolan Bushnell and said, we want to make a movie about you. And I guess there have been several attempts over the years to make a movie out of the kind of the beginnings of Atari. But this one looks like it's actually going to go forward.
Do we know Nolan Bushnell to have had a life interesting enough to warrant this kind of thing?
Atari's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is maybe his life might not be the really cool part about it, but like reading everything about the early days at Atari when it was just like super crazy, and then people left to go form Activision, and just like the Warner buyout and all the money that started getting thrown around and all the pressure that came from that. Like, it sounds like it could be a really interesting story to tell.
It's like The Aviator with video games.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And the pitch is just being called Atari, so it's not necessarily the Nolan Bushnell story as much as it is.
He's just a primary player in it.
Right. Yeah, it will be. It seems like it will. Obviously, it'll be focused on him if they're going to have Leonardo DiCaprio play him. He's not going to be a supporting character in that film.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know about the casting. If you've seen pictures of Nolan Bushnell.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio could pull off a young Nolan.
I don't think
Bushnell.
he has enough facial hair.
I think he'll have some by the time they make it.
I'm saying, like, I don't think he has enough facial hair potential.
Fake beards,
just
dude.
too handsome. Just
all
too
good
handsome.
Period pieces involve fake beards.
I can't imagine Leonardo DiCaprio sitting in a hot tub smoking a pipe. That imagery just doesn't come to me.
I don't know. I just watched Blood Diamond like 2 days ago,
and
I could totally see him doing that.
With a bad Australian accent.
With a great Australian accent.
Oi!
No, he's not Australian.
Blimey.
That's the thing. He's not Australian. He's from
South Africa.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He is South African.
So, it is a bad Australian accent on account of it's not an Australian accent.
I'll say, I don't know if anybody agrees, but I think Leonardo is a pretty good actor.
Sure.
I think he sells me in his movies.
Sure.
And he's made pretty good movie choices.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna talk mess about Leo as an actor, but I don't know.
The concept seems super weird to me. I don't know.
It could be good.
It could be kind of interesting.
I'm just waiting for the game.
Yeah. Atari, the movie, the game.
Yes.
The official game of the movie.
It's just Kool-Aid Man for the 2600 with Leonardo DiCaprio's face instead.
If they release a game of the movie, they should just release it for the 2600.
Yeah. That would be a great promotional item for movie press or something like that. If they just made a game.
That'd be awesome.
Made a 2600 game that was just like,
I want to see some mock-ups of the 2600 Atari movie game art.
Yeah.
Who here has a 2600 at the ready?
I have one at my parents' house.
I do. Yeah. I have a portable, like one of those Ben Heckendorn portable 2600s.
You also have mine.
Do you have a portable one?
My 2600.
Oh, your regular. Yeah, I probably have.
It's ready to go.
I have about 7 2600s, I think. So.
Who's over there? Phil Harrison's over there now, right? At Atari?
Yeah.
Different Atari, dude.
Yeah.
But that's another interesting point is that they own the name Atari, so whether they can call this Atari and use that logo. I think there may be some question as to whether they need to get cooperation from current Atari to do that stuff.
But there's also Midway, which is the other side of current Atari, even though they aren't using the brand.
Do they still hold that stuff?
Yeah, the Atari Games stuff is still Midway's, which is why they made that Rush game not too long ago, which was terrible, because they still have all the Atari arcade IP.
Okay.
So, they could probably get it that way. That I think, actually, that's more the... Oh, man, yeah, this is something I've been dreading thinking about, because I know it's something we have to solve on the site, is kind of the history of Atari and how the companies split out and all that stuff, but who owns what. But it's
we'll watch the movie, man.
Maybe the movie will help. God.
We'll get the DVD, the extended DVD with the timeline.
See, that seems more interesting to me. Like if they put out this movie alongside an extended DVD that was just a whole bunch of interviews of people that were there.
Get Ken Burns in here.
Yeah,
do a 6-hour documentary on the history of Atari.
I think that would be way cooler. The only problem is like there's all this talk about all these prototypes and all these games that never came to fruition, and just so much of that stuff got lost or thrown out and just isn't around anymore.
I think I read there was a fair amount of debauchery in early Atari too, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it was just like hot tubs and cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, especially being in the 70s. I mean,
Yeah, like guys programming games on acid or something like that.
Have you played some of those games?
Yeah,
that's true.
Is there an audience for this? You think this?
I think so. I don't know. You know what? They made a movie, albeit a cable movie, about Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. So I think there's got to be some desire for this.
Yeah.
I also want to know like who they're going to cast as these other early Atari folks.
Right.
But who are they? I couldn't name a single other person besides Nolan Bushnell.
Pitfall Harry.
Well, yeah, I mean, like some of the all the people that are the early Activision names,
Eugene
like
Jarvis.
Gary Kitchen. No, Eugene Jarvis wasn't early Atari.
Oh no, yeah, right. He was Midway stuff. Wasn't
He was like Defender and all that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, like Gary Kitchen and David Crane. Like I think they were all Atari people before they went and formed Activision.
I hope they show some of the game development side too, just like dudes sitting around talking about.
Like cranking out, like E.T. needs to be a focal point in that movie.
That's like the turning point. That's
right.
like that's probably like
that's when the excesses. That's the Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Like now it's 1980.
That's totally the end of Act 2 in that movie. Just a big wide shot of
and then
the
it just
landfill
becomes
full of
we got
ETs.
Spielberg. And then after that, it just becomes a really sobering look at
and then
excess. Yeah.
The problem is it doesn't really have a happy ending, though. It's not like they ever came back around from
No, it totally doesn't. Like,
there's no like. Then we turned our life around. Now we're making the best music we've ever made before.
Yeah, no.
So
That's like
so
then
it
the video
ends-
game market crashed.
So it ends with them shipping the 7800.
Yeah,
And-
it ends with that movie totally ends with Nintendo coming in and going,
Yeah,
we have
well,
this
that's
Famicom
the last
thing.
shot, like,
yeah,
the
like
last
what do
scene.
you think? And then going, nah.
That's the last scene right there.
End.
And just white text on black background, epilogue.
No, I want like
Nintendo went on to make billions of dollars.
I want like Animal House, like pictures of everybody.
Nolan Bushnell went on to form Chuck E. Cheese and then made a whole bunch of horrible ideas regarding location-based entertainment.
Exactly, that is the
I would like to see. I would like to see some Chuck E. Cheese.
in there. I want to see. I want to see him pitching that the entire movie. Like,
We got a big animatronic rat. See,
Mouse,
no,
man, you're
shut
gonna
up.
crawl around. There'll be a ball pit. Man, it's gonna be sick.
I'm just saying, like big rat. My kids love it. Shut up, Nolan. All right, fine. Show me Haunted House again.
These Odyssey jerks keep coming by.
well, it definitely seems like there is some potential. Although I guess my fear is that if they get too much into like the nuts and bolts of like the game development, that they're just going to get it all horribly wrong. Like I think the overall drama is more interesting, and easier to kind of take some creative license with than that real.
I imagine a lot of
specific
screaming,
stuff.
a lot of drugs, a lot of stuff being thrown around.
Pizza Time Theater.
Nolan Bushnell showing up drunk.
So you think this is going to open the door for more video game actual movies? Like we can see a Mike Capps movie?
No.
I don't know like what else is
As
significant enough.
Like id, like there was that id book or
Yeah.
whatever. Like they
Yeah.
could turn that into like Masters of Doom or whatever. They could turn that.
I mean,
into
you
a
need
movie.
you need some kind of good like human drama in there to make it interesting.
Well, there's got to be like how about like a
The History of Iron Storm, the movie.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There's some human drama for
John
that ass.
Romero biopic.
Yeah.
I would watch a whatchamacallit, a Wonder Swan movie. Who's that guy?
Gunpei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's some
yeah,
drama.
yeah. He had a storied career.
But then, I mean, what is that movie? It's like Act 1, dude, I made the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Or Act 1, dude, I helped make Donkey Kong. Then I made the Game Boy. Then Act 2 is, oh, we made the Virtual Boy. Then Act 3 is, I made the Wonder Swan, and then I got hit by a car. Like, that's...
Quote,
Yeah.
hit by a car.
well, yeah. Then it's you have to buy into the conspiracy
My
to make that
brakes
an
went
interesting
out.
movie.
Yeah, all right, fine. Miniseries. TV 2-part.
Okay. Yeah. Two-parter.
I think Itagaki should just start working on his own biopic.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's the
filmed
only
by
one
himself.
that could do it.
Well, I mean, the Ninja,
I think he would be the first
Gaiden
one to
games
agree.
have been purely biographical. They basically detail Itagaki's upbringing.
Yeah.
As a ninja fighting demons.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive chronicles his years at boarding school.
Yeah.
Just imagine seeing that, and it just has all of those great like ironic moments, like his first exposure to giant breasts.
Yeah.
And they're just huge.
I
on
saw
screen.
them and they were good.
You just see the slow-mo shot of just like a woman running.
And his mom being like, "Don't look at that! You can't touch that! Never! You'll turn to stone."
And you go, oh, that's...
Yeah, that
Like-
makes sense now.
Carry On, My Wayward Son is playing the whole time. Like, oh, yeah.
It all makes sense now.
Well, what else?
You done with that?
Yeah.
Call of Duty 5, that's what else.
Oh, good.